Hey everyone, Saintsfan back again with another GTA 5 video, and today what we're going to be doing is taking a look at the Shotaro. This is the unreleased TRON looking motorcycle. We still don't know when it's going to be released to online, hopefully sooner rather than later, because it is absolutely amazing. I know it does cost $2.3 million, and the outfits that come with it are going to cost like $400,000, I believe, but it is so much fun to drive. The outfits and the bike itself look so amazing, especially at nighttime. The colors, God, I cannot wait to own these in GTA Online and just see people at nighttime driving these around in GTA Online. But today, what we're going to be doing is taking a look at that bike and comparing it against some of the other bikes that are in the motorcycle class, such as the HAKUCHOU Drag and the Baddie. The most important one, though, is that HAKUCHOU Drag, just because it is the fastest bike in the entire game. It beats out the Baddie, it beats out the Akuma, it beats out the Vortex, the regular HAKUCHOU. The only place that it does fail is if the regular HAKUCHOU and the Baddie are wheeling, but that's not really that practical in races. So for all intents and purposes, the HAKUCHOU Drag is the fastest bike in the game. Now, the one thing I was worried about, and a lot of people were worried about, was we've seen this before with Rockstar. They release a really expensive car in the Osiris, and at the time, it was the fastest vehicle in its class. It beat the Adder, it beat the Zentorno, it beat all those cars. And then a month later, they released the T20, which was even more money than the Osiris, because the Osiris was 1.9 million, I think, and then the T20 is like 2.3 million, and then the T20 beat the Osiris. So basically, for the people who went out and paid $2+ million to have the Osiris, the fastest supercar in the game, a month later, it became useless, or not useless, but it wasn't the fastest supercar in the game because the T20 replaced it. So people were upset that a month later, they had to spend another $2+ million to get the fastest supercar. And many people thought that's what's going to happen with these bikes. The HAKUCHOU Drag came out, and it was the fastest bike, beating all of the other ones by a decent amount. And then the Shotaro, the TRON bike, it was going to be released and be faster than the Drag. However, that's not really the case, and props to Rockstar for doing this. I mean, yeah, it sucks that the $2.3 million bike that you're going to be paying isn't the fastest bike in the game, but at least now, if you just go after the fastest vehicles in the game, you're not going to have to go out and spend $2.3 million to have that advantage over other people in races. So in the test, what you're seeing, obviously, is gameplay of the Drag versus the Shotaro mainly. In the nighttime test, the third bike, because we have two Shotaros and we have one HAKUCHOU Drag, which I'm on, and then we have the Baddie, and the guy is attempting to wheelie. In those tests, though, you'll see that the HAKUCHOU Drag actually beats out the Shotaro by a decent amount. I mean, it's not by much, but I thought it would be a lot closer. Now, do keep in mind, since this is a somewhat of a drag race speed test, this only takes the acceleration and the top speed into account. Obviously, when it comes to traction and lap times, we're not going to know until this fully gets into online, because you can't use a modded bike in a race unless you are a modder. But at least in terms of just free roam usability, and in most races that don't have a lot of corners, the HAKUCHOU Drag is still the king. The one thing the Shotaro does have over it is the Shotaro does not spin its tire at the beginning. Its acceleration is actually pretty good, especially if you wheelie, because on the TRON bike, you can wheelie fairly easily. But I'll get into that in a second. As for the Shotaro, though, and how it compares against other bikes, for the final analysis or conclusion, it's not actually the new fastest bike in the game, which I think is reasonable. It's still up there, it still beats the Baddie, it's still competitive with the Akuma and the HAKUCHOU and the Vortex, but it's not the new king like the T20 was to the Osiris. Now, as for the Shotaro specifically, we did some testing, the Shotaro versus the Shotaro, and my friend, he is going to be leaning down like you would do on the HAKUCHOU Drag, and I'm going to be wheeling, and you'll see that me doing the wheelie actually gives me a little bit better of a finish than him just pushing down on the D-pad or on the stick. And that's because when you do start, like I was mentioning earlier, the acceleration is just really good on this bike, and then when you add the addition of the wheelie glitch, you get much better of a start, which will, in the end, help you, obviously, a lot more. So there you guys have it. That is the before it comes officially out to GTA Online speed test video on the Shotaro against the HAKUCHOU Drag. Let me know what you think of this in the comment section. Are you actually happy that it's not going to be the new fastest bike because you didn't want to have to go out and spend the $2.3 million? Or are you kind of upset that if you are going to be buying the bike, you're going to be spending $2.3 million and it's not going to be the fastest? Either way, I think it's fairly well balanced for what it is, but you guys can let me know in the comment section. Thank you all for watching. Drop a like if you did enjoy. See you all in the next one. As always, it's your boy Saintsfan. I'm out. Peace.